Christmas favourite feature film tomorrow afternoon on BBC One, when Judy Garland as Dorothy joins forces with the Tin Man and the Cowardly Lion to battle with the Wicked Witch of the West. The Wizard of Oz is tomorrow afternoon at 3:30 on BBC One.
Entertainment for Boxing Day evening on BBC One begins with Blankety Blank.
This show is completely unrehearsed. Anyway, I hope that Christmas has brought everything you wished for yourselves and a happy Yuletide to you. And just as you're getting over the indigestion, here we come with another dose of heartburn.
And not appearing on Blankety Blank at 5:55, the eighth wonder of the world, King Kong. At 8:05, the funny side of Christmas. A light-hearted view of the festive season from some of your favourite stars.
Oh, what fun it is to ride in the one-horse sleigh.
At 9:35, Convoy, Mayhem and Madness with the new heroes of the American West, the long-distance truckers. At 11:25, Films of the Year just wouldn't be complete without E.T. And to round off the day, Status Quo performs. Entertainment for Boxing Day evening this Christmas on BBC One.
In just over 5 minutes' time, you can catch up on this afternoon's sporting action in Final Score, as David Icke introduces a roundup of today's sport and a check on the classified football results. Final Score is at 5:10. First on BBC One at 5:05, it's time for the news with Moira Stewart.
Another baby has been found abandoned, the third in a week. The baby girl, just 36 hours old, was left on a doorstep in North London at 5 o'clock this morning, wrapped only in a towel. She's now in hospital and doctors say she's doing fine. Tony Scase reports.
The baby was found on this doorstep at Holloway in a cardboard box. People inside the house heard a whimper. At the local hospital, nurses named the baby Carol because they believed she was born on Christmas Day. She weighed 7 pounds 6 ounces and had been well looked after. She'd been fed before being abandoned. The hospital is appealing for the mother to contact them. What will happen to the baby now?
Well, we'll all spoil her and give her lots of tender, loving care, and we'll nurse her in the baby firm, which is just a special box to keep her warm, make sure she doesn't get cold.
And obviously you hope she'll be reunited with her mother.
Yes, I'm hoping that the mother will try and contact us when she finds out that this is her baby.
At Crawley in Sussex, Holly, the baby abandoned on Christmas Eve, is making good progress. She was only about 8 hours old and extremely cold when she was found on a doorstep. Police in North London said but for the mild Christmas weather, both Holly and Carol would probably have died very quickly.
Pickets have been out in most of the Scottish coalfield as part of the campaign to save Kinneil Colliery. 60 men went home at Pole Maze, and at Castle Hill, where there were 80 pickets, 200 men refused to cross the line. Elsewhere, the coal board say most of the 17,000 Scottish miners reported for work. At 2 other pits, the early shift stayed away, but production resumed later. Tomorrow, the Kinneil miners will try to persuade a delegate conference in Edinburgh of the union to make their dispute official. In the Netherlands, 3 people were killed and 20 others injured when this morning's international express from Osnabrück to the Hook of Holland crashed into a commuter train just outside Rotterdam. A number of British tourists were on the express, but all the deaths were of the local service. Also on the international train was a Soviet delegation, which had intended joining the ferry from the Hook to England. They refused to leave their compartment for 3 hours because of the diplomatic mail they were carrying. Complete carriages were demolished in the crash, and fire brigade units had to use cutting equipment to free some of the trapped passengers. In South Wales, a man has appeared in court charged with unlawfully killing a man who died in a house fire at Ammanford this morning. The fire broke out at about 3 o'clock and spread quickly, gutting the 2-storey terraced house. 44-year-old William Hill died after jumping from an upstairs window. His 16-year-old son and 19-year-old daughter were taken to hospital and are in a serious